And unmute your mic.
Okay, I'm back.
Yo. What's up, everybody? It is the Burn
Hey,
One Podcast. It's your boy GoodLife Russ. It's your girl Miss Dayja in the building. And we got Miata. We got the boss lady in the building, the co-founder, the dreamer, the manifester of the Burn One Festival. How y'all two doing today? How y'all?
We're
I'm ready.
good.
Oh, good. Okay. That's good to hear. It feels like a Friday. We're gonna keep it turned and live like a Friday. We're gonna keep it jumping. You know what I'm saying? So we came to hear about the Burn One Festival. You two are the longest pension seasoned members of that team. How does that feel? How does it feel being a part of your own brand? How does it feel being a part of your own dream? Miss Miata, we'll start with you.
Whew, you came out the gate with the guns ablazing.
Came on strong.
Yeah.
For real, it is really mind-blowing just to sit back and watch your creation just take on its own life. I don't think when I first envisioned Burn One, it landed here today. And from all of the connections of today, where Burn One will be next year is even more exciting, and the year after that. So the way that it's launching off and just going out into space and just becoming its own multiverse is crazy for me.
I love that. So being in the position you're in, for the little girls and boys at home who want to do this one day, how do you deal with the anxiety of planning an event in general? Any
I think
size of
right? Like I genuinely think even if you're planning like your Sweet 16, because we're also doing that in the midst of this, you have to sit in those feelings because you're looking so much in the future that you're not present in the moment, and that is a real thing because you're planning, you're creating something that hasn't come to fruition yet. So I think just giving yourself grace. And for me, I am a little weirdo. So I make like noises and I'll like do like mini screams throughout the day because that helps relieve that for me in a more healthy way. I don't abuse any substance. So I try to get in the moment, figure out what's actually triggering me, and find ways around that to get out of it.
I should. I like that answer. Okay. So Miss Deja,
Yeah,
how is it working with Miata? How is it being on this journey for you?
it is beautiful. Like to see like the growth in it. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of hard work. It be stressful at times. We be stressed out, but
Mhm.
once we get there and you just see the outcome, like it really just be worth it in the end. And so yeah, like last year was fun.
Mhm.
But this year, I don't know, it feels so much different, like in a really, really, really good way. I'm excited. I'm ready. Like I don't know. I literally been a part of this since the vision. And
Hey,
I literally told everybody at the tasting, I've been here since selling plates on the side though and trying to figure out the recipe.
My mama's house.
Seriously. Like so we went through what little styrofoam little boxes with just some little chicken wings and some sides and some little cookies, and here we are. Packing buildings, venues, selling tickets. Uh, we done figured out the recipe. No, we ain't cooking no coke on the stove, but
hey,
That
but she's doing it, and I am so proud of her. And I'm just excited to see where this takes us.
I love that. I love that. I'm super excited too. When I met Miata, I got excited and I was like, ooh, these are people I need to be around. You know what I mean? People who remind you like there's more out there. It's good what you have, but you can give yourself more. And watching this festival come together is exciting because I see the new faces who are new to this industry. You know what I mean? And to imagine coming into something new and you already have a rule book and a guideline and the do's and don'ts, that's going to change people's lives. So I guess the question is for you, Miata, what does Burn One mean to you?
So burn one is learning yourself, learning your ambitions, getting out there and being a part of it. And for me, the plant and utilizing THC and CBD and all of that combined helps you elevate, I think, to a higher frequency when used correctly. And right dosage and guidance, I think you can definitely get out of a lot of things. So whether you're suffering with depression or anxiety, or insomnia or wherever the bucket list is, a lot of times CBD and THC used together or separately can definitely help help those illnesses that you may have if you're using right quantities.
I say I like that you throw caution to the wind. So can you elaborate for the people at home? How do you do something safely? How are we not being safe?
Yeah. So there is a simple equation that you can do. And during the burn one, when you come in and you're greeted by the castmates, they are going to run this down with you. But it is a certain, I want to say it's like 10% times your body weight.
Okay.
And that gives you a rough estimate of how many milligrams, especially in edibles, that you should consume. And then we will take that. If you want us to do that calculation with you, then I mean the flyer's there, y'all know how to do math. And you can take that and equate that to blunts. So if you know that 10 milligrams equals one blunt, and you on a daily are smoking 10 blunts, you do the math, and that's kind of excessive when you do your body by that. Now that is a low dosage, and of course you can have higher dosage with gauging. You know yourself, you're responsible. You guys sign waivers, so as you're going through that, you're going to make the best decision for yourself. um, and we just try to guide you in doing that in a healthy way versus just giving you an edible or telling you guys to consume something that's 100 milligrams and your body can really only handle like 15, and you're wondering why you're having a really bad trip and you're looking at us like, how do I fix this? We do have things to help you fix it, of course. It's not going to take it full away, but at least reduce it anywhere between 30 to 50% of that quote unquote overdose.
Okay. Okay. So Burn One is both affordable and informative. Okay, heard. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, that's good. That's good news. That's good to know. Because for the people at home, this stuff is important. I hear a lot of people's first edible trip was not a fun trip. And I think when I hear about things like what you're doing with Burn One, it's going to go against that stigma. It's going to have people starting to research stuff before they dive into it.
Yeah.
How did two of y'all feel about these things? Especially because a lot of this stuff is accessible to kids, so it always has to be that risk and warning with it. But even the adults who jump, not even just things like the plant, anything in life, you jump in and you haven't researched, you ain't asked questions, you don't know much.
Yeah.
So how do y'all feel like in the world today? What we're doing at Burn One, like it's going to make a connection. It's going to make a translation. People will leave the festival better, for lack of better term.
I think when you are in Miata's brand able to find a source that is reputable, there's no fentanyl, there's no extra anything
Okay.
that is inputted into our THC. We go to the source. We actually get it from farms out in Detroit, in Michigan, and just kind of utilize those connections that we have and try to source it in the most healthiest way possible. Also, you're learning information. so that you can, or informative facts, so that you can actually deliver that to your children, because they're going to do
Ooh.
it. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? And I'm a believer in educate your kids yourself before the streets do it. I'm a Monty. And I think it is really important to be realistic with my nieces and nephews that I am interacting with. You know, you're going to find it, and people are going to tell you it's something, and it may not necessarily be it. So here are ways to like test it, especially if you're going to do like hard drugs. Like, you can go get free kits to test your drugs. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with experimenting. Now, I don't think you should be doing meth. I don't think you should be doing crack. That.
Yeah, we ain't saying that. We ain't saying that.
Not none of that. You know?
And
But
also, I just want to say, like, everything is very much optional. So this is not an event where we're like, hey, everybody come out, we're all going to get high. You have to get high. You have to be 420 friendly and all this stuff. It's very optional. I'm a bartender, and yes, I do make the THC infused drinks. But does your drink have to be infused? Absolutely not. It's completely up to you. You can get a regular shot. You can just get a glass of lemonade if you want, or a bottle of water. I do not care. So, and also, what makes it good is that there's other things to do. We're not just here trying to preach the gospel about some weed. You know, we got
Right,
music
right.
artists, we got painters, we have entertainment, we have vendors. So if you're not even interested in being educated about learning about, when you talk to the vendors, see what they got. Like it is very much about art too in itself. So again, everything is optional. This is not a follow the leader. You have to do this. So if you're one of them people that's like, oh, I don't know about this crowd, I don't know, I don't even smoke, I don't, even if you don't drink, just come out, have a great time, network, meet people. You never know who's in the building. I always love to say that because people be scouting, people just be sitting there, you do not know what they do. Um,
Mhm.
that is
Showcase your own talent. Like there's a whole separate stage, there's an open mic, like just come and have fun and be yourself. You do not have to follow the crowd. It's not what this is. But if you're willing to learn about it and then, you go on your own endeavors and try it, we have those resources like Kenyatta was saying. So that's what I love about it. It's not a follow the crowd thing. We're not peer pressuring you. Just come
Mm.
out, have fun, support everybody. Yeah.
And you said something important that really stuck out to me when you said, it's more than just coming out and, us partying, us having a good time. I think a lot of people need to get more realistic with the plant's ability to heal. We ain't talking
Hmm.
about getting high. We ain't, you feel what I'm saying? Like that back that's been hurting, them ankles, them. Yo,
Listen, this,
CBD has helped me. So CBD has helped me from a hangover, yo. From
yes,
a hangover, brought me back to life.
yeah,
So
I'm,
DJ.
it's not just chasing that high.
I'm a dancer, like, and CBD oils and ointment, baby, when this kneecap gets the throbbing,
Mm-hmm.
it helps me, it saves me. So yes, it is more than just that, like, so yes, you're absolutely right.
I love that. How you feel, Miss Miata?
I agree. You guys are preaching here. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you guys are learning the Miataverse. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are really stars in this, and that's where galaxies are formed, because you all have your own different avenues. So, like Tim, you do your meditation and how that is important and how you can utilize the plant in that way. Deja, you're a dancer, so you're talking about how it heals you physically. So there's so many different aspects. There's so many rabbit holes you can take at Burn One, and it's completely at your discretion on what you take. You can come, and our featured artist this year does not smoke at all. He's never smoked a day in his life at all. And yet he's going to be there and painting and just showcasing that, because that's another side of Burn One, that passion that we're uniting in ourselves. That is in an artistic way. And so we do give, platforms for people to do that. Like you said, we have the open stage. Like, you guys come out and perform, and connect with one another. Like, this is a moment to really be a tribe, and I invite you guys to come.
I love that.
Charging y'all to do that. That's what makes it even better. Just really come and bring yourself. That's it.
And
Enjoy the
if you
vibe.
just and if you just come for the festival,
Just for the
there's
fact.
Just for the
yeah, and open your mind up a little bit because it's a lot more going on. So explain to them y'all the brand within the brand. Explain to us the gelato. 'Cause when I first heard infused gelato, I'm like, I thought this was a music festival. Hold up, she got a fused gelato too. That sounds like its own thing. Like so, walk us through that.
Yeah, so there are brands within the brands, branches. And so the infused gelato, I think I'm going to present maybe 5 flavors. So there'll be a mystery until we actually release the menu, which will be sometime next week.
Ooh,
Guys will be able to start perusing and figuring out what it is that you want to taste. But I love ice cream. I am a big fan of gelato. I think the flavor of that is just completely different than the regular Americano that we are used to. And so a part of that is being a part of the gelato is the crafting of it and the skills that we take and how we like care about that and those flavors and really making sure that we give something delicious. You guys are also going to get a chance to sample some of those Rozzy cakes, i.e., my mommy. And she has, we're going to infuse pound cake. So it literally is a pound in a cake. And it is delicious,
it sounds
okay.
delicious.
you
Yeah, the
know? And,
comments is going crazy right now. But
oh,
yeah,
Okay. Ignore
it
them comments.
sounds delicious. And I love gelato because you don't even need all the crazy toppings and the extra. It's so rich and smooth, and it's what you eat on a date. You eat
yeah,
ice cream by yourself when you had a long day. Gelato's for the date.
yeah.
This
It's adult like flavors and sophistication. It's super delicious. Now you can get it in a way of like, I'm still debating if I'm going to let milkshakes, but I don't know because I feel like it's a lot in the sheer volume of people. I think that may be heavy, but you can definitely get it on a cone or in a bowl, or you can float it. So those options are definitely going to be there for everyone. And then the infused barbecue sauces. So I or
that's
the
what I'm saying, y'all.
Mm,
Summer is coming.
yeah
yeah.
Okay, y'all out here grilling. Get
hmm
some barbecue sauces.
yeah.
That's okay. Cause she put her foot in it for real.
So
That's
for
it.
the people who are going to be at the event, just to clarify for them, so the infusion is in the sauce and not in the meat. How's that going to work out?
So to infuse the meat, we absolutely could. However, the sheer volume of people and not necessarily knowing if everyone wants their chicken to be infused, like to that. Uh, also, when you infuse things on so many layers, that also increases the potency of something. And so we're trying to keep things on average around, and it's really hard to guesstimate because that's on the heavy handedness on some of the things. So our projected target is around 20 milligrams per item thing that you get, because I suspect you all to eat and consume and drink a lot, that I
Yeah,
really want to minimize overdosing. So it's all about microdosing and literally giving yourself intervals. So if you eat 3 infused chicken wings, maybe you need to like go sit down for a second and like let that
yeah.
get into like 15 minutes before you go and decide I'm gonna go get a shot of Dirty Sanchez mixed with, some infusion.
The
Ah,
razzle dazzle.
It's dangerous, y'all. Just make sure y'all ready when y'all get it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I don't think people really understand it. They think, oh, I need 100 milligrams. No, no, you don't. Like,
yeah,
I promise you, it's going to hit you differently than a lot of other things that you've experienced just because this is really crafted. One of the people that we worked with, she attended a week college, and so we utilized that knowledge in a lot of the things that we're making, and it's all thought about. I assure you, I think about a lot of it.
Okay. So that will lead to the question then. They had the let's see. DJ Gang stand up. What up, DJ Gang? He says, "Will you have a limit on consumption?"
You all are adults and you guys sign waivers. Now, the castmates have been instructed and taught how to watch for certain things, and that is really crucial. So, they are going to cut you off if it becomes a danger to yourself or surrounding people. We also, if we decide we're taking your keys and I'm going to buy you a lift home, I'm going to send you a lift home. I will not allow someone that I personally, or if the castmates say like it's a no, be able to consume something and then get out there and be a hindrance. I don't give a fart that you guys sign that waiver. Your lives are more important to me, right? Um, but also, we have CBD, and the magic of CBD is that it cuts those effects. So, you guys will have the opportunity to drink CBD water throughout the event, and we urge you to utilize that to allow for your night to carry on and for you not to be overwhelmed.
And another tidbit: Burn One is over the whole Wild Goose campus. Go for a walk, touch some grass, count to 100. You
Facts.
got so many options.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's use our options.
Use your, be an adult. Like, at the end of the day, I
Yeah,
think it's important. Like, I don't want to baby anybody, and the cast doesn't have it to baby you. You know what I mean? So Deja and Devin, they are our bartenders, and they're going to be focused on handling that. As the staff in the kitchen or the castmates in the kitchen will be busy handling that, and we will have people walking. And of course, there's me that you can like come to, and we do have things that kind of help you, but we also ask for you to think about things. Use your logic. You
yeah.
know, you didn't
I
eat
agree.
ice cream, infused juice or lemonade, and you then had infused, like, God, there's so much on the menu. And if you go and you eat everything, and then plus the other vendors, you got to think about that. I can't give a testimony to their potency levels or how they gauge anything, right? And so if you're going and you're eating other infused vendor stuff on top of our things, you know, be
And
careful.
real and realistically, the world doesn't have the technology for us to see how high you are when you arrive. So let's
Yeah.
just be responsible. That's the best we can hope, because this isn't, just about us. This is a culture that we're creating, and we want everyone in the culture not just to have fun, but to be safe. I have to put safety in everything I do, because sometimes we're having so much fun, you forget about your safety.
Yeah.
And we have people looking at what we're doing, and that's going to encourage whether they're afraid to do it or not when they become our age. So I think what you're doing here is so important. I think it tests to we'll talk about the staff, because you call your staff buddies, and I think that's interesting, and I think that will let people understand a little more about you. So can you touch on that?
Yeah, so buddies and castmates, I'll use that interchangeably when it comes to the actual cast. We're putting on a show, it's a production, so it's a cast. And I think that
I sh-
means, go ahead, sorry.
no, 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 go ahead.
I think that means something different than coworkers or this is staff. I think there's a little
Okay.
code in you guys are. You know what I mean? You're helping me build this. And all of you are my buddies. You know, we are to be connected. I want people to feel like you can message me, and I promise I try to get back to them within 24 hours. And I want people to be able to do that and feel like you can come and say whatever. And I'm just going to be like, hey, buddy, what's up? Because I'm not going to remember all of your names. I ain't going to lie. And you're not going to remember everything. And, but we're buddies. We're community. It gives that.
I love that. And I love that in not just our industry, but for every industry, because I think a lot of the buy and sell today has just become contactless.
Yeah.
It's soulless, you know? And when I hear what you're trying to do and how you do things, I'm like, okay, that's the heart. That's gonna start changing what people put into what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
I
know,
think,
so that's powerful. Your world.
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead. I think it's like a delay, but go ahead.
Oh, I think so too. Sorry.
It's all
Um,
good.
I think it's like the bar is being changed, and I can see how others are viewing us and changing their structure, which is really beautiful because I think that is how the ripple effect happens. Like you may not know what your picture is. Like I don't little spiritual moment. I love Prince of Egypt, and there's a
Okay.
part
That's a good movie.
where the tapestry, and they're like the thread doesn't understand how important it is in the bigger picture because it can't see it or whatever, give or take some words. It's the same thing. You don't know what you're doing and how this affects the bigger picture. And I just want to be my own reflection and making sure that my standards are high so that others around have to like rise up.
I love that. It takes a strong stance, you know, to be in that position and do what you're doing. And I definitely admire that a whole lot. So give us some insight of the building of the event. Were these your favorite artists? Were these artists handpicked? How do we find the artists?
Yeah. So let's start off with the artist because that's fun, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I look at so many different things when deciding who to choose or contact. And I assure you, like, I'm listening to local artists' music because the main focus is that we want to shine light on our local artists and give them their flowers. And so, when picking out the performers for this year, it was really important for me to find people that were, hey, Jasmine, that were going to like really bring it, and that have honed their craft. And that was something that was really important. And I think Dre Singleton does fantastic. I love his music. I actually listen to it. And then when Mizzy is taking place over Packstar, who was supposed to perform, but for certain personal reasons had to withdraw this year. So we send our love to him. Um,
Absolutely.
but we definitely chose people who definitely had that skill set, who definitely have that talent, and who know how to work a stage so that you're just not like, oh, I don't want to hear this artist. No, you do. You are
Yeah.
going to be by them. And I think that's,
I don't want to leave.
And
and
those
when
are the artists I think that surprise you. So I want both of y'all to touch on that surprising moment. We had a little moment during rehearsal, and we saw the new speakers. So I'm gonna let you tell them about the new speakers. But I think Dre sing? Did Dre get on the mic?
Break on the mic.
Tell them what happened. I had to leave early, so y'all tell them what happened.
um,
Listen, he
I,
gave the show before the show.
I don't spill the beans, but I definitely just will say you just never know what circumstances can like arise. And I think when you come and you're authentic and you're giving your best self, there are always blessings there. And I think that's what's beautiful.
Miss Deja?
Um, it was a beautiful moment. And like you said, there are blessings in disguise, which is why I'm advising y'all, local artists, whatever it is that you do, to come, because I can't say too much. Just make sure y'all there. But it was beautiful. He gave a nice little, if it was a sample, baby, I don't even know what the real thing is. Because I was like, oh, this what you do? Okay. I hear you, because it was sounding like the tape, and it was not.
It's different when you hear them live, like you really hear their vocal range and just Wild Goose Creative did their thing on those upgrades in that facility. And
Yeah.
acoustics and just the way that everything just sounds like I love working with them and just being able to bring this platform and really like it's one thing when you're performing at a local bar or restaurant, they don't have the same type of things invested into their space to ensure that you're really giving a real performance. And the great thing about Burn One that we look for is that finding spaces that give that so that you can hone those skill sets to better your craft.
Because it sounded amazing. I saw Deja's story. I said, "Wait, did the show? What day?" I had to look at my calendar. I'm like, "Is it 420?"
Like
I'm
we
like, "This a show.
You're right.
She should be selling tickets." Hold up. So I got excited, and because I've never heard, bro, but even doing the podcast, I'm like, I can see why you're here. I can see, why all this is happening, and it's gonna be a festival. I don't even want to call it a show. It's gonna be a festival.
It is because that's ultimately what the goal is that Burn One's envision is to be the next Blackfest, to be the next Woodstock, wrapped into one. So we are on trajectory of definitely hitting those heights, and I'm really really excited. Like
I love that. So we ain't gonna give y'all too much because y'all gotta come. Y'all gotta get y'all's tickets. The link has been at the bottom.
Your daddies, your
Click
uncles, your
the
cousins.
website. Click the website. So how's y'all's day been going? How's everything in the real world?
whew,
It's been all right.
it's a lot. Being a corporate baddie, being in that work office working,
Yeah.
and then and you start working for yourself. Boy, I'm still
Because you just changed jobs, didn't you?
I did. I did. I'm really excited to be at my investment firm now. So that's like really thrilling. Just learning a lot, just being able to help another side mission of me or things that I want to do in the community is definitely helping Black people and people of color understand finances and wealth and real money movement. And so I'm working on that so that I'm able to present that to our generations of the future and the ones that are still up and coming and trying to figure it out. Like, how can you really get your money to work for you and not in a scammy way? With real like education behind it. And also like saving, they're trying to push that retirement age up and who wants to work for the rest of their life? So you definitely want to learn some things and move your money around to definitely protect you in the future.
I think this is one of the things I respect about you the most. Both of you, especially when I see the journey, and I can see all the barriers that are being broken. Because when you grow up and you think what you want to do, people try to put restrictions on it. They're like, don't go into business with your friends, don't have a job and work for yourself, and all of these things. You know what I mean? And now we're doing it and we're watching it being done, and that's powerful. That's powerful. I definitely applaud that. It's one of the things that makes me so excited, like about the things that you put out there, because I know the heart that's working on it. And that this is going to be a treat. I mean, because the intrusive thoughts in me is like telling it wants to talk to all the people who ain't got a ticket and tell them what they gonna miss out on. But this feels like it's about love. This
Mhm.
feels like it's about the people that's gonna be there, and after that, y'all gonna be talking to us like we cousins. Like, hey, I know that's my cousin. Y'all see him? We was out at 420. Yeah.
That's my buddy.
And I love that. I love that. That's awesome. So
No,
for you, Miata, where do you want to see Burn One go? And not the whole vision, just where some places that you want to see it for the dreamers out there, for the people who think like, oh man, I can only go so high.
you can get real high, but
Yeah.
So our goal for next year is to definitely do tours. Um,
Ooh.
had inquiries to like come and visit other states real heavy, to bring my little formula and to like push that. And so I really am trying to like push like pull that together. So some states we're thinking about Georgia, Atlanta, um,
Hey.
the Carolinas. I know New York has been a real heavy one too. Detroit is also crazy, with the call outs. And then our big to do a hurrah is to take it to West Coast or the West Coast. Thinking about Arizona, Vegas, and then LA.
Hey.
It's a lot,
Yeah.
but God is good. We got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
And I think this is now that big piece that's needed. I feel like for me personally in Columbus, I feel like Columbus is a big puzzle, and there's pieces missing. You know what I mean? Like we can't finish because there's pieces missing. And I see certain people creating those pieces. Someone's creating the event structure, the platform. And now it's on the people of the city to support. And there's so many different ways you can support. You know, I see events in other cities that my friends throw. I'll buy a ticket and email it to someone in town or tell them like, yo, give it to somebody at the door who can't pay or whatever. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, I want someone in there, even if it's not me, because when this thing gets big, it's going to help everybody.
Yeah. So there's a few like branches off on that. So like for me, I believe there was like a event a couple of months ago where it was like a karaoke thing or something. Outsiders, not from the city, came and cleaned up, and that money leaves the city. So it doesn't stay. So it doesn't go back to your local artist and paying them their real value. If some of you have, I lived out in Cali for a while. In San Francisco, they have a real community within their local musicians and artists that is just unmatched. Like, yeah, they listen to mainstream, but that hub is completely different how they move out in Oakland. And I just feel like we should be like that here in Columbus. Like you should really support your local artists. They should be in your streams and you should really know who they are. And I think we do to a certain degree, but there's so many different genres in music that I don't want there to be a limit. Yes, we are black founded and we are a black brand all the way, but we're for everybody. And I want that to be understood that anybody is welcome. It isn't just urban, and it isn't something that is going to take away from anybody. I think it gives too many opportunities. So we definitely want different people to come out and let us know if there's an artist that you really believe should be on that Burn One stage. Shoot us a message, so I can check them out and start, collabing and getting that in works.
Hmm. So the more I hear about the festival, the more it feels like the people coming will have an interactive experience. It doesn't sound like standing around.
No, and you guys,
You're gonna be doing stuff.
you guys can win cash prizes.
Ooh.
That I have, they really dope, and we have like cool stuff. Like that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Can't tell y'all too much. So that's big. That's big. I love to go to an experience. You know, events are fun, but I want something I'm gonna be talking about in 30 years. When I don't know nothing else to talk about, I'm talking about that night.
And we're gonna play some games and stuff, and we don't like games. We, I'm telling you, I might throw in a twerk contest for the ball. Just be ready.
They already ready for that.
I know, because they don't like get them glow.
I can hear them, I can hear them hitting the follow button right now.
All you gotta do is put on that sexy. All they gotta do is hear the call, bow, 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 and they throwing it. That's it.
I think that's something that makes our generation stand out. We have fun different, and we handle business different.
It should be like one of the cool things that I really like about my new company is that there's fun thrown in the mix of the seriousness. Like we're gonna get our business done, but we're also gonna have a joke, have a laugh. And the same thing, we are not that quote unquote stereotypical negative connotations of what black business is. I absolutely don't want that. And I don't want people to have those experiences. So anything that presents a sour note, it is really important for me to put that sugar in there, the sweet in that. So your melody, when you hear Burn One, is always a beautiful sound in your ears. So like it is crucial that we just like build and grow and just it's a lot, y'all.
Yeah, y'all gonna see when y'all there, cause it's almost show day.
How many days?
I'm excited, man.
8. I think we at
Yep,
8.
8.
Well, I'm
And
taking to be
yeah, I'm excited because I know I can see so much beauty on the horizon, and I see so many people. Because my favorite marketing is word of mouth. I want you to have a good time and go tell everybody you know about it.
yeah.
They gonna listen to you. They know you. You know what I mean? So I love that this is going to be everything one can ask. Like, oh, is there going to be fun? Is there going to be liquor? Am I going to learn something? You know what I mean?
Kids, be big kids, have fun. Talk to the stranger you've never met before because they look cute. Or that I like their style. I literally want you guys to be a community. And I think because of COVID, it really has stripped that away. You guys, I get this question a lot. Do I have to wear a mask? Once again, you're an adult. We will have masks there for you to utilize. However, make the most best decision for yourself. I'm sure somebody's going to show up sick, and it may not be COVID. It may be like a little allergies or something, but I don't know. Make the best choice for yourself. It's up to you. But like we genuinely want you guys to interact. Give someone a hug you never met. I don't know.
Yeah, you'll be enticed. It's gonna be a vibe. So
Yeah.
definitely be prepared.
Unintentionally planned a family reunion, so I'm really excited.
You
There it is.
did.
There it is. So we covered about as much as you can get without buying a ticket. This has been amazing. Anything you two want to leave the people at home with? Anything you want to say about the show, about life?
Right?
Um, don't let your circumstances stop you from reaching whatever it is you aspire to be. I think we are our worst enemies. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, buddies, want you guys to strive and become happy in this world and be that beacon of light to each other. Because you never know what people are doing. Just urge y'all to be that.
Okay, come on, cute little one too.
Hey,
Dang, now I got a little cute little one too.
I'm
That's
a go ahead.
what I want to preach about today. What's been on my mind? So I've been realizing outside of myself, a lot of my friends and people I surround myself by have been dealing with reflecting. So I would say, do not let your past and the actions you've made, I don't care if it was yesterday, keep you down. You know what I'm saying? Like I really feel like everything starts with you. So learn how to forgive yourself. We can't take back nothing we did right now. You can just grow and go forward. And within that, you're gonna lose some, you're gonna gain some. If you feel like you don't have support, come to Bird One. If
Fun.
you like 10 more supporters, you know what I'm saying? And you don't feel like anybody rocking your music or the type of art you do or whatever, and you've been getting a lot of negative feedback. There are so many different people that are going to be here. The music is different. We're not just playing hip hop music and throwing ass all night. Like somebody might be like, "What the fuck?" and somebody else might be like, "Yo, I'm really rocking with it."
Mhm.
But there are people here that are just like you. We are all only human. Like, unfortunately, I know some people want to believe they aliens and all that stuff, and you're not from here on this earth. You are. You here. We're going through the same stuff, baby. It's it. Those feelings are real, whether you're a man or woman. Little kids have those feels too and those emotions. Like, we just have to really learn how to like look at ourselves and be like, this is okay. Like, this is okay with who you are. Like, this is, we are meant to make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. Nobody's perfect. We can strive for perfection all we want, but we are never going to do that. You just got to get through it and go grow through it. That's what I say. Get through it, grow through it. That's it. So
Mm.
yeah, that's my little life one too.
I
Hey,
love that. That was a heavy punch. They needed that. Um, y'all know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna keep it light. Make sure y'all hydrating. No matter what you do in this life, drink your water. Stay hydrated. It's gonna help you think. It's gonna help you sleep. It's gonna help with a lot of that stuff. At the event, make sure you hydrated. Make sure you taking care of yourself. We are not babysitters. We not lifeguards. We none of that. We
period.
people. So I love y'all. It's been great. We see all y'all very, very soon. I think they said in 8 days we should be seeing y'all.
There's no questions. Talk about where the link because it's in the chat. I put
Yeah,
Instagram.
I got the link right here.
Y'all got
Follow
it.
all these names. Type these names in social media. You'll get feedback. Cause this weekend I'm gonna do a little raffle. We gonna raffle off some tickets, but y'all gonna have to do some stuff. Like my kids, I'm gonna put y'all to work. Nothing free. Nothing free in this world.
But we have mini raffles that's kind of going on, so check everyone's platform because you never know. You never.
We're giving
You
out
might
tickets right.
win.
Just go follow the page in the chat.
All right, y'all. That's it from us. Peace.
Bye.
Well, that
Oh,
was wonderful.
oh, is it done?